Let's be honest, most of you aren't tapping into the full potential of the Pinterest Trends tool, and it's costing you big time on the platform. Whether you're trying to grow traffic, build engagement, or convert clicks into sales, this tool can be game changer. Today, I'm not just going to be scratching the surface, I'm diving deep into how to use Pinterest Trends strategically, breaking it down step by step so that you can confidently leverage it to outshine your competition. I'll also share two powerful methods that I use with my client in my Pinterest results coaching group to drive success. And trust me, these aren't your average Pinterest tips. So grab a notebook because by the end of this video, you'll know how to use Pinterest Trends like a pro. Before we dive in, let me quick introduce myself. I'm Laura Reich, and I've spent over 15 years helping service-based businesses and e-commerce brands unlock the power of Pinterest to generate consistent traffic, leads, and sales. My strategies have brought in over $50,000 per month for my clients, and my work has been featured on platforms like Social Media Examiner, Tailwind, Meet Edgar, and more. Pinterest is my jam, and today I'm sharing the exact methods I use to help my clients rank on the first page of Google, attract daily email subscribers, and achieve sustainable growth through Pinterest. If you're ready to take your Pinterest game to the next level, you're in the right place. So why the Pinterest Trends tool is so powerful. Before we get into the how, let's talk about the why. Pinterest is not just a social media platform. It's a visual search engine. That means people come here with intent. They're already problem aware. They already know what they are looking for. They're not aimlessly doom scrolling like they do on Facebook or Instagram. They're planning. Whether it's a new recipe, home decor, or inspiration, or a business strategy or service that they're looking for, Pinterest users are looking for solutions. The Trends tool gives you insight into exactly what your audience is searching for and when they're searching for it. This knowledge is gold for being able to plan content that is going to resonate, but not only resonate, but drive the results that you are craving. So let's take an example. Did you know that Pinterest users are searching for holiday content months before the actual holiday? So for example, Christmas decor searches start spiking in September. And this past year, we actually saw them starting to be searched and spike in July. By November, the search volume is at its peak. So if you're waiting till December to post your holiday content, you're already too late. It's not like when you go on Facebook and you can put up a post and be like, oh, Christmas is next week. Here's my deal, or here's my freebie, or here's what I'm offering, and have people sign up and engage. You have to work with the computer and the users and speak both of their love languages. The computer wants you to talk about Christmas decor as a trend. The user is starting to search Christmas decor at the end of the summer. So the Pinterest Trends tool is going to ensure that you're always ahead of the curve. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are like, oh my gosh, I need to start doing all of my Pinterest content in July and August for December, you're actually going the opposite direction. You don't want to overcompensate for the trends ahead of time. You want to do a healthy mix within your strategy. So let's dive into the methods, right? When you are starting, you want to look at content forecasting. So let's start with this and let's talk about how this is all about predicting what's going to trend and when. So here's how to do it. You can either go to trends.pinterest.com or you can go to the top left of your computer screen when you're logged into your Pinterest account, click on the drop-down navigation, and you'll find under the analytics drop-down, it will say Pinterest Trends. Once you're there, you can click on that and you can use the search bar at the top where you can input keywords and explore trending topics. We could go back to our example of Christmas decor just to show you a real life example. And you can see here, November is its peak. So we're already starting to ramp up in September, and you can see July where people are already starting to search for this term. You can also search by category. So let's say that you're in the food industry, the food niche. By filtering for food and drinks, you'll be able to see trending keywords that show up for that as well. So you can scroll down here and you can go by industry in here and see food and drinks. When we check that, it will change everything for you based on the end date that you have. So right now, you'll see we have delicacy food, Neapolitan cake, Mexican food dishes. If we wanted to stay aligned with, let's say, November, all we would have to do is click the back arrow, find the end of where we want to see that trend. And so I could do the end of November. And now you're going to see the changes that happen for food and drinks in that month. So Christmas cookies is already starting to be up by 400% at the end of November. These are not random. These are trends aligned with seasonal availability and user interest. So for example, like I was showing here, Christmas cookies trend earlier because that's when they're being searched for the season of Christmas and the holidays. You can also look at seasonal trends and leave the same date, and you're going to see the massive increase for right here, stuffing recipes. Stuffing recipes has a higher monthly change than Thanksgiving appetizers or Thanksgiving recipes. So you're going to want to make sure that you're looking at all of these different trends and keywords and align them to what the user intent is for your niche. Pro tip: if you already have content on a trending topic, optimize your pins with those keywords. If you don't, this is your cue to create new content tailored to the trend. Either way, you're aligning your strategy with what your audience is already actively searching for. Now, let's talk about filters for precision. The Trends tool also lets you filter by country up here and region, time range, and even trend type. So I can uncheck food here, and you can see trend type. You have top monthly trends, top yearly trends, growing trends, and seasonal trends. You also have your dates that you can change here and the region. This is especially helpful if you're going to be targeting a specific market. For example, if you're targeting a Canadian audience, planning a campaign, you can use filtered trends specifically for Canada. Now, if you're planning a campaign, use the filter for dates to see recent spikes that align with your content and growing trends. Here's a personal example. I had a client in the home decor niche, and by analyzing their trends in their target region, we discovered that boho bedroom ideas were surging. We quickly optimized their existing pins, created fresh ones with that keyword, and this resulted in a 40% increase in traffic within 30 days. When it comes to seasonal trends, timing is going to be everything. These are predictable, but often underutilized. So I want you to think beyond the obvious holidays like Christmas or Halloween. Think about spring cleaning or back to school, which start months in advance. With the Trends tool, you can pinpoint these shifts to schedule your content accordingly. Now, for example, let's talk about back to school. I am a marketer. I don't have anything for back to school supplies. I don't have anything for spring cleaning, but I can say things such as, now that your kids are going back to school, let's get you back to school as well and join my Jumpstart cohort. Or spring cleaning, I say, let's spring clean your Pinterest account and help it reach better for the audience you're trying to target. So you can play on words to make these trends work. You just have to think out of the box a little bit, right? So for another example, budget planners, that spikes in January. So I can go in here and type in budget planner. You'll see in here, this spike starts in January as people set their financial goals for the new year. If you're in a finance niche, you should start pinning content related to planners, saving challenges, goal setting tips by like October or November. You could even start as early as July where you're still seeing a little bit of a peak. You're hitting off of this trend. It will dip a little bit more and then it jumps right back up. What's really cool in the newest edition of what Pinterest has added is they actually are starting to help you predict the future as well. So if you are coming into, let's say, January 13th, you're going to start to see that traffic drop off. They're helping you notice that it goes way down come February, March, and April. So as long as you're pre-planning ahead, then you can start to be at this peak ranking when it does peak, as long as you're ahead of the curve. So it's really cool, this new feature that they are providing to us, where they're actually helping us predict the future and have up to 3 months in advance, because I tell everybody that you should be at least 6 months out. And if that's something that you're unable to do within your niche, then the very least you should be planning 3 to 4 months out. So that is super helpful that Pinterest is now providing us that in the trends tool as well. Now let's move into pairing Pinterest trends with ChatGPT. So this is going to be a little bit more advanced. If you're just getting started out, this may be time to put on some earmuffs or take out that notebook so you can write down these advanced tips to be able to help you in the future. This is where I'm going to combine the power of Pinterest trends with the power of AI to be able to help you create a seamless content strategy. First, I want you to go in and identify your keywords with the Pinterest trends tool. So use that trends tool to find relevant keywords in your niche. Let's say you're in digital marketing and you discover that Instagram marketing tips is trending. Then I want you to use my free ChatGPT template to make this process super simple, where you can go in and input your keywords, past content, and any specific instructions about your brand voice. ChatGPT will generate a list of pin titles, blog topics, or videos tailored to your audience. I have a prompt here that I have created for my Pinterest results clients that they can use my Pintastic Pin Helper. I do have the template for using this same process in my free ChatGPT offer. You can find that linked in the description below. All you have to do is put in those trending keywords and topic, answer the questions from the chat prompt, and it is going to be able to help you align your content strategy for Pinterest with anything that is going to be trending, anything that is going to help boost your content to be seen at the right time by the right people. Here's a pro tip for you. While ChatGPT is a great starting point, don't take its output at face value. Edit the suggestions to align with your brand voice and ensure that they're optimized for Pinterest SEO. So for instance, I have trained ChatGPT to know who my ideal client is. This is something that I cover in my Pintastic Results coaching program, so that I can use these brackets to answer question number 1. Question number 2 is, what is my marketing goal on Pinterest? I want leads and sales. Traffic comes with leads and sales, so that's my main focus. The keywords that I want, let's go back to inbound marketing with Pinterest, because I know that is a strong keyword for my niche. And then what are URLs that I want to work with? Let's just say I want to promote my results program. Now I'm going to go ahead and click enter, and it's going to give me an output. But for this pro tip, if Pinterest is suggesting boost leads and sales with Pinterest, see the proof, it might not be tailored enough to the SEO that I want to rank for in terms of inbound marketing with Pinterest. And so I would take this and tweak it a little bit, or you could just come back in here and say, for this title, can you help me make sure it is ranking for the keyword and then inbound marketing with Pinterest? And every time we do this, it will start to understand what I am looking for and the best way to be able to give me these outputs. Now, another pro tip for you, I want you to understand that yes, it is very, very important that we include our SEO with our titles, with our descriptions, and everything for the Pinterest computer. For the Pinterest user, you want to make sure you are speaking their love language. What do I mean by this? What I mean is the Pinterest user might not understand what inbound marketing with Pinterest is. So maybe you come back and you ask a question instead. So that way it piques their interest while also helping the computer align with inbound marketing strategy. So you may have a title and a call to action. The title might be a question or a tip or different things like that. And I do have a Mad Lib style freebie in the description below about the best way to title your pins with the best call to action. And so what I've noticed recently with my accounts and my clients is that when we ask questions or we give a bold statement as the title and then use the subtitle or call to action with the keyword, we're actually getting more out of that pin because we are speaking to both the computer for the keyword and SEO and the user for their love language and the problem they're trying to solve. So just make sure to keep that in mind while you are using ChatGPT to help you with your titles and descriptions. Now, putting it all together, I want to show you how this is going to work in real time one more time. So let's go back to Pinterest over here. I'm going to clear out everything and go back to the main homepage of the Pinterest Trends tool. Now, let's say I am working with a food blogger. I want to type in healthy meal prep. One thing to make sure you understand is that when you are using the Pinterest Trends tool as well, you want to make sure that you have other keywords to compare against. So healthy meal prep looks great in January. Again, starts to peak in August. So we want to make sure that that is the case, or there's not a better keyword that we could be using at different peak times. Now, look at what happened to our healthy meal prep when we compared it to easy healthy meals. Our peak time in January is actually beat out by easy healthy meals. So it's very important to utilize related trends or search for other keywords that might help you determine what is going to be the best for your market. Now, meal prep for the week gives us that prediction into the future, which seems like it's going to stay higher than any of the other two keywords that I use. So after analyzing this trend, I would type in these three keywords to ChatGPT. So I'm just going to grab these here and I want to tell Chat that I want to focus on meal prep for the week, but have two other keywords that could be used interchangeably with that. And I want content ideas. So from here, I'm going to go back into Chat. And again, you can have free prompts. You do not have to use the pin helper. This is for those in my results coaching group, but you can go in and say that you want to generate Pinterest titles for specific content you already know you have that you want to rank now higher on Pinterest. So again, I'm going to type in who is my ideal client audience. You can type this in. If Chat already knows it for you, then you can use what it already knows. I want traffic for this client. And let's say I want these three keywords. So comma, and then easy healthy meals. I'm also going to be more specific with a focus on the highest trending keyword phrase, meal prep for the week, so that it knows that is the most important one. And then let's see, tone. I have a specific tone that I have told it I like. So you could say professional or fun or whatever it is that you enjoy. And then for kicks and giggles, we're going to grab a blog from my Google search here because I don't talk about meal prep So we will do it for, let's say we do it for HelloFresh, and we're just going to do it for them. So this is the link. Ooh, that's a wicked long link there. And then click enter. And now from here, it's all about creating the visually stunning pins in Canva using these optimized titles as overlays to be able to help you reach your ideal client audience and either bring in traffic, leads, or sales, depending on your goal that you're focusing on. What's absolutely great about this process is it's evergreen. You're not chasing trends. You're building a compounding strategy over time. For example, if you have a holiday pin that performed well last year, you can update and repin it this year with fresh keywords, a fresh new look, and this is going to save time while keeping your content relevant. Before we wrap up, I do want to address some common pitfalls to avoid. First, don't solely rely on monthly trends. They can be fleeting. So like I had mentioned earlier, always cross-check everything with yearly and seasonal trends for a broader perspective. You don't want to do 100% into a trend that's coming up in 5 or 6 months because you're going to stifle what results you could get for the things that are trending now as well, or content that is relevant to your audience right now. Secondly, don't ignore your analytics. Use Pinterest analytics to be able to track what's working and refine your strategy over time. This is going to be very, very important when you're comparing last year to this year and what you're going to do in the future. Lastly, don't forget to stay consistent. Pinterest rewards active users. So pin regularly and interact with those pins by seeing what is saved, what is clicked through, what is actually getting outbound traffic and sales, and then go back to my second tip of not ignoring your analytics. Now, you know how to master the Pinterest Trends tool, and it's time to put this knowledge into action. Go ahead and grab my free ChatGPT template linked below to start creating your own trend-driven strategy. Don't forget about the free Mad Lib titles that I have for you below as well to combine both of them into a powerful Pinterest strategy when it comes to trends. If you're ready to take your Pinterest marketing to the next level, check out my video on crafting a full complete Pinterest strategy. It's packed with tips that you're not going to want to miss. Let's make your Pinterest profitable and an ultimate growth engine for your brand. Happy pinning.